What's in my FJ Cruiser tool drawer? That's what we're going to look at today.
There goes a sight from my soul.
You know who it is. This is Woke and Stoked. As always, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you guys are liking the content. I think we hit 250 subs sometime last week. That is huge. I know, baby steps, but we're getting there. Big thanks to all of you who are supporting me here so far. If you haven't already and you like all these videos, hit me a like and subscribe. It would help me out so much. This is all I do now. Okay, so this video, I've actually been wanting to put something together like this for a while now. When I first got into overlanding, 4x4, or even car camping, I didn't know what tools to bring with me. I always ended up bringing way too much stuff. And so through all the years, I've been slowly compiling a whole bunch of stuff and also removing a whole bunch of stuff so that I have a kit here that's perfect for the FJ Cruiser. So let's take a look. So what I've done here is I've cleared out the entire tool drawer that I have and I've laid it all out. We're gonna go over each one of these things and then we're gonna put them all right back into here. Everything that's out here right now fits into this one small drawer. So it's actually not that big of an undertaking. You can definitely put all this stuff away into a small space. If you don't have a drawer like this, you can get a Tupperware of roughly the same size or a toolbox. Alright, so let's start here. So instead of taking the entire socket set with me, I have metric ones over here and some imperial ones here in the back. So for the smaller sizes over here, that's just for the smaller sizes of fasteners that I have on my own boxes and setups. So those aren't specific to the actual vehicle. The number 10 and the number 12, those are pretty standard sizes for bolts on the FJ Cruiser. 13 as well. Your number 14, that is the size of your drain plug. If you had to bring one thing with you, that's an important one to bring. 16, 17, the 18, and the 19. Honestly, I can't remember what I have those for, but they're here for a reason, so throw them in your truck. Who knows when you're ever going to need one of them. Back here, I have the tool for my lug nuts, and that fits conveniently into this 13/16 over here. Come on, focus on. So that's for the lug nuts, and an assortment of wrenches as well. You have your 10mm, that's pretty standard, and your 12. I have a 13, 15, 17, and a 19 as well. I keep a 7/16 Imperial and a 5/8 Imperial. It's always good to have two sizes of adjustable wrenches over here, and here are the ratchets and a whole bunch of adapters over there. So that's for my sockets and my wrenches. Over here you have a bunch more standard tools. We have a set of Allen keys over here. That's really important when you get into some areas of the car, like your suspension or some bolts here or there. Some need to use your Allen keys, so keep a set of Allen keys for that. Pretty standard. You have your scissors, and we have some pliers over here, different types of pliers and cutters. This super long Phillips screwdriver, it's a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. The reason I have this is because after I lifted the FJ, that is what I used in order to adjust the angle of the headlights. So if you've lifted your FJ and you haven't properly adjusted the angle of your lights yet, well, go ahead and do that because you're probably blinding a whole bunch of people on the road. Instead of carrying a giant pack of screwdrivers with me, I have this, this sort of like all-in-one set over here with all these different heads. So this comes in handy a lot. This tiny screwdriver, I have no idea why I have it, but I do. And a hammer, because come on, you always need a hammer. Here, this is a little more camp specific. It's just a saw. It's a wood saw, and this thing comes in handy a lot. And here's a Leatherman multi-tool, because, you know, I don't have enough tools already, so there it is. Here we have a skate tool, because skateboarding, it's always great to carry electric tape with you for electronics. And a whole bunch of hockey tape, because Canada, eh? I also have some of this high bonding tape, So like vinyl tape, that's really good for high strength application. Loctite, this is something that's very good to carry with you. I've used this a whole bunch already. This is a touch-up pen for any dings and dangs you get on the paint job of your vehicle. I don't know if you should care that much, but it's good to have. Sharpie because safety glasses for whatever work you're working on, and of course always have a tire repair kit with you. That's really important. Here are some straps. Here I only have 2 ratcheting straps. That should be enough. It's for when I put anything up on the roof. I know people who have broken CV joints on the trail. They've sort of done bush mechanic fix with ratcheting straps. So if you ever run into those types of issues, you know that you can rely on these just as a temporary solution. Here I have some work gloves. It's pretty standard. Tape measure, and some lighter fluid and some flints over here. So that's all this side. Up here we have some zip ties, some regular size zip ties here, and some smaller ones, and these are great for just any sort of organization or attaching random bits of things that have fallen apart. Or what I use it here for is making sure that the pin on my shackle does not undo itself randomly and then this falls off on the highway and could potentially hit someone. So that's a really good use for the zip ties. Over here, it's just a collection of a whole bunch of hardware that I've collected along the way. I've either used it or it's just bits that I've taken off of the FJ itself. This is an air compressor, and this is really good to have, especially if you're doing 4x4 overlanding stuff. On the trails, you may need to air down your tires depending on how rough it is, so you have a better ride, more grip. So this is something I got off of Amazon. It's nice and cheap. Here's your standard pressure gauge. This is really good to have. And here, this is a luxury item. This is an easy deflator. So you know how long it takes to deflate large tires? This thing just screws on, and within seconds you're down to the pressure that you need in order for the trail. So this is really helpful as well. And of course, how do you take a wheel off without a breaker bar? So that's really good to have as well. Okay, and so we're almost done. Here I have a cable that's for the winch. If the wireless controller stops working, just plug this one in and that's good to go. This bad boy right here, this thing is a thing of magic. This is a bottle jack, the bottle jack that comes with your Toyota. And so that jack sits in a cubby that's over in the corner of your FJ over here if you didn't already know. But because of this drawer setup, I've closed that off permanently. So this sits out here with me in this drawer, and I prefer a bottle jack over a high lift jack simply because it works the same way. You need the same sort of platform on the bottom for a high lift jack as you would a bottle jack, but I don't have the proper rails or a steel bumper on the back. If I ever needed to use it, I only have a steel bumper in the front, so a high lift jack is not that useful for me right now. So I'm just going to stick with this bottle jack until I have a reason to get a high lift jack. And this set of tools right here, this also comes with the FJ, same place as I found the bottle jack over here. So this now lives with me in this drawer as well. You need these tools in order to operate this bottle jack, so that's what that's for. Last couple of things, it's always good to have a nice bright work light, so keep that with you here. WD-40, come on, this is self-explanatory. And the last thing I have is rust protection / lubricant spray. And if you live in Canada, you know that they salt here like crazy. So in the wintertime, to protect all the joints and all the vulnerable bits in the bottom of your car, you just want to give it a nice spray down with this stuff to just kind of stop rust from happening. So that's that. We're going to try to put all this stuff back into this drawer right now. And last here, these used to be in my drawers. I have a hatchet here. Had this for about 10 years now. That's been really helpful. And here, just your standard kind of like tactical knife. Come on, focus in. There we go. Keep it on here. And this sheet, that's just a the back of a server panel. So you just order this. I ordered it for the ability to fit the MOLLE, but this these slots are too small for it, so ended up just bolting things to it just like that. So yeah, it's nice and handy. So that's it. Those are all the tools that I keep in my FJ. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this helps you when you go and pack up your toolbox for your overlanding vehicle. If you have a different list of things that you keep in your FJ, leave me a comment below. I'd love to see it. It doesn't have to be for an FJ. I just showed you all the FJ specific sizes for the sockets, but this is applicable for any sort of overlanding, off-roading vehicle. Also, I just got a package from a fellow YouTuber who has a sweet FJ cruiser set up from Perth, Australia. Perth, Australia? Yeah, Perth, Australia. And sent me, oh my goodness, sent me a whole bunch of these cool FJ patches. There's the first one. Here's the second one here. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Yes. It says, what does it say? Overland Expedition, Phantastic Adventures. There it is right there. And here's his logo. There we go. And the FJ Wave. Look at this. It's already set up with the hook on the back, so you could just throw it onto your roof. No problem. Actually, I'm gonna go stick them on right now. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so this is where I keep all my patches. This is super convenient. One up there. Yeah, that's a good spot. And the FJ Wave. Throw it up here. Wow, that was easy. I thought I was gonna have to put my own hook and loop stuff on the back, but he's got it covered. Big shout out to you, Andrew from Phantastic Adventures. If you don't already follow him, I'm gonna put his name right here, and maybe I'll throw up a link. He's got a really cool FJ cruiser. He's also featured on Ronnie Doll's modified episodes, so check that out. That is a great rig. If you've enjoyed this video and all my other videos, hit me a like and a subscribe. This is all I do nowadays, so I am very grateful for the support. Lots more on the way, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.
Now there goes a sight from my